And we welcome you to the 2022 Independence Day Parade in downtown Salem. I'm Stan Stevens along with the KSMO media crew, bringing you the parade this year. And a sweltering hot afternoon has cooled down a little bit with some cloud cover as we see the color guard making their way down 4th Street, followed by the Salem Police Department. And we'll also have our wonderful Honoring Our Heroes Marathon chairperson, our Grand Marshal this year, Marilyn Schweitzer, right behind that. But we do want to introduce everybody to the parade. A nice crowd has shown up. It did cool down a little bit, sweltering afternoon, and had a lot of sunshine. I mean, there were hardly anybody putting up tents or anything along the route early on today as the heat was sweltering. But as the cloud cover rolled in from Texas County, we're very thankful for them sending that our way. It has cooled things down considerably, a little bit of a breeze, and has made for a fairly pleasant evening to kick off the 4th of July festivities here on 4th Street in downtown Salem. Don't forget our comments. We'll have the fireworks display tonight. That'll get underway right around 9:30. Don't quote me exactly on the time, but don't wait till it gets good and dark to start shooting those fireworks off. 9:30 is usually pretty close. Could be 9:28, could be 9:33, but we want to enjoy some fantastic fireworks tonight. Head on out to the Commons. There'll be some vendors out there. There'll be a good crowd out there watching a great fireworks display. And for the size of town we are here in Salem, it is a very, very excellent parade and then festivities out at the Commons. So we hope you get a chance to enjoy it. Again, our color guard coming through. We always thank our friends at the American Legion and the VFW for providing our great color guard who always lead our parades here. And we want to know, when you think about what Independence Day really means, we're only free because of the brave. And don't forget that. And when you start thinking about the great people out there, as Officer and Chief Joe Chase goes by along with a car full of wonderful people. It's good to see that. David Massengale driving the vehicle there with all the flags in there. Alderman Kyle Williams is there as well, driving one of the Jeeps. Always good to see our VFW and our veterans honored in this parade. As I mentioned, because of these people, that's why this parade is even possible. We thank them for their service, no matter what their service unit may have been. Army, Navy, Marines, doesn't matter. And there's Marilyn Schweitzer, the Grand Marshal this year. Maryland did a tremendous job of the Honoring Our Heroes Marathon, as we mentioned. We'll have another one this year. That'll be November 19th, and all the proceeds go to help veterans programs, and that's what it's all about. Maryland has been a tremendous supporter of the Honoring Our Heroes program and also is supporting the vets in all that they do, and so we honor Grand Marshal Marilyn Schweitzer. And Marilyn has gone through a lot in her life, and she continues to volunteer and push forward. And you just gotta tip your cap to that lady. She is definitely got the energy of a 20-year-old, and she just keeps just pouring out that energy and getting people excited about doing these events. So as you see the Bank of Salem, they are a corporate sponsor of our Salem Area Chamber of Commerce. You'll see Dustin Howard and SN Ball holding the Bank of Salem sign as they move forward. It's good to see them here leading the parade, and the Bank of Salem contingent that'll be tossing out a number of pieces of candy to the crowd out and about. Always like to see that. They have SN, Dustin, and then there's AJC right there. And a lot of the employees of the Bank of Salem always have a nice contingent out there spreading the wealth with candy and goodwill. Scott Ball and all the fine people of the Bank of Salem. They like to mingle with the crowd. They like to toss the candy. Really have a good time with that. That's what this is all about. It's about family. It's 4th of July. It's Independence Day. Hopefully you're having a good time with your family and enjoying the parade as they continue to move forward, as we just love to see all the different people that are involved in the Salem Chamber of Commerce and the City of Salem Parade. And they do hold it every 4th of July at 6 p.m. We have not missed one in quite some time. I think, well, we did miss one with COVID. I can't deny that. But for any other regular reason, nope, haven't missed one in a long, long, long time. Four Rivers Up next, their community health. Four Rivers out there have a grand opening of their new building. They took over the old Dane County Health Center building. It'll be July 8th. They'll have tours of the facility. And they are also a corporate sponsor of your Salem Area Chamber of Commerce. So, again, congratulations to Four Rivers, L&W Balance. They have a nice contingent out there and throwing water at us. Always appreciate them, and that's part of Phelps Health as their pallet truck is pulling that contingent. Always want to thank those people. The band is now making their way through from the Salem High School. Mr. Craig is the new band director, and he just walked by us here in the front. Good to see him, and we wish him the very best this year. He is coming over from another school. We appreciate him coming back home and leading the SHS band and a number of different activities. It'll be good to have a homegrown band leader for a change. I haven't seen that in a little while. Progressive Ozark Bank has their contingent coming forward. Again, you'll see a lot of that candy being dispersed as they'll have a walking contingent coming through. Again, a lot of the banks like to do this, like to get personal with a lot of their customers, and they do a tremendous job, and we always want to thank them. They have a nice time doing this. They dress for the occasion. Alderman Bowler Jack and his wife, number of different families, part of the Progressive Ozark family. I want to say happy birthday to Susan Morton Pryor. Thank you, Sean. And got personal delivery of candy by Alderman Bowler Jack. We really appreciate that. And it's always nice to have. Sagalaris Ford coming through with their dealership. And, of course, the big city selection, small town service that they've been known for. That's Sagalaris Ford over in Rolla in their new location. And, of course, Ron Copeland going for another year on the representative side. And he has a lot of young voters with him, but he's got a lot of people behind him. Ron's a good guy and really is looking out for the people. He gets out and about, talks to a lot of different people. We like to salute him and his efforts out there. He'll be visiting with a lot of people here before the August primary. And so if you have questions with Ron Copeland, you always want to get a hold of him. He's the state representative for our area. Now, again, our area will change a little bit as Ron's been serving the Alton and Thayer areas with Oregon County and Shannon County. That's going to move over to the Crawford County side. So he's got a little change in his district, and we wish him the very best of luck in his re-election bid. Salem Church of Christ has their float in there. I seem to be missing somebody relaxing in that kayak, but boy, it sure does look good up there on that float. And coming right through here in downtown Salem. Of course, we always appreciate all of our churches here that work so hard and diligent in putting together great floats that have a lot of their parishioners here and as part of the festivities. Always appreciate that. Salem Masonic Lodge has their float coming through. Masonic Lodge is known for their fellowship, their brotherhood, compassion, generosity. They've been doing it a long time here, the Masons. And they keep trying to salute us. We trying to salute them. They do an outstanding job. Always have great representation here. And, of course, we want to thank every different organization that has come through and been part of the parade, and we always appreciate that. As part of the lodge is coming through, the Abu Ben Hashem truck right there, part of the Masonics, and we really do appreciate all that. And as you continue, there'll be a few gaps in the parade as they'll come through, but if you get a chance to see some of the clowns from the Shriners coming through there. The South Central Missouri clowns, the Shrinettes, the Shriners are all out there. A lot of times they make balloons, animals for the kids as they walk up and down. They take a lot of time, and boy, they're just an integral part of a lot of community effort, and we really want to thank them for everything that they do. There's the Salem High School Trades program. These youngsters have done an incredible job learning their skills while in school, and they do a great great service to the community. They help rebuild old houses. They do a lot of different things. And not only are they getting the education they need by doing this, but they're learning a craft. And they really do a good job. And I'd like to thank Marty Anderson, who has retired now, but getting it all started. But, boy, it's been a fun time to see what's going on. Jonas Schaefer, the new American Family representative, and his wife, Courtney. And not wife yet, wife to be, very soon. I can't tell you exactly when that wedding's going to happen, but I do know that they engaged or they're married now. I'm not sure which. But anyway, congratulations to Jonah taking over the American Family Insurance office here in Salem. Travis Fulton going for the Denton County Presiding Commissioner race in the August primary, making his way through the crowd. He has a number of different vehicles in there and walking contingent out there talking to the people. That's always a big part of these parades. A lot of times the politicians are out there, but a lot of times they're not only looking for votes, obviously, but looking to maybe associate themselves with the crowd out there. Because a lot of people don't really know who some of these candidates might actually be. Might be the first time for them to actually meet them in person, shake hands with them, say hi, and maybe become a little bit more interested in what they stand for. Hometown Medical is a new member of the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce. They have HVAC professional services and Hometown Mechanical. And we appreciate them being part of the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce, the newest member. And then Backwoods Production, they're coming on. Put a little music out there for you. Backwoods Productions. DJ and karaoke services right here in town. If you need that, they can provide that for you. And as every parade, we always have classic cars, and we have tractors and usually all kinds of slower moving vehicles. Kind of going to run into those here in just a minute, and that's always kind of fun to see when they come through. But they always kind of have a little slowdown when they put that tractor out there. That's either John Deere or New Holland or some other tractor that might be coming through. Always fun to see those. And we've got Walter Acor going to have some older cars out there as well. 1931 Chevy coming up and a 55 Chevy. So you'll be getting a chance to see those as they close in, as they come up 4th Street here. Our location, by the way, in case you're wondering where we are, is right by the Salem Public Library. We want to thank them for allowing us to set up in front of their building, use their electricity, get the upper shot camera, so you get a couple of different angles of that. So you get a chance to see what's going on and on the parade scene here in Salem, Missouri. So we, again, want to thank our friends at the Salem Public Library, and they do a tremendous job. Don't forget to check out their programs that they have all summer long. And don't forget, too, they have a number of different books. They can sell you books. They can also provide you with books you can check out. And if you have any questions about the different services that they offer, which even includes rental of fishing equipment. I know they do have a nice deal working with the Missouri Department of Conservation, and you can actually rent your rod and reel from Salem Public Library and go fishing. It's a great service. Definitely want to check that out. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. J.B. Malone's nice John Deere tractor with Jared Brown walking through there. And as we were mentioning, Frankie Schwartz in memory of that beautiful, beautiful Chevy right there. You definitely want to check that out. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Always love that. Then the 55 Chevy. That was a 31, by the way, back there. And 55 coming up here. Just you always have to have an appreciation for the older vehicles. It always is a lot of fun to see them as part of the parade coming through. Sometimes these kids don't see anything but the newer modern vehicles, and then they see these and you don't realize just how unique all those vehicles were at one time. They all had their own niche, you might say, in the market. Always a good thing to see. A Chilton Oil truck coming through. Your propane needs can be met with Chilton Oil. Don't forget to start thinking about that for the winter. I know we're in the middle of summer, but now is the time to start putting those packages together for your propane needs for the whole year. I'm telling you, get in touch with them. They can help you out, no doubt about that. Rural Homes is up in the parade. We appreciate them. The handyman can do general contracting and does a great job. That's Rurs Homes. And so if you have any questions about the services that he has, please give him a call. A member of the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce. And the Rotary Club has their Salem Mouse Race event. It'll be coming up this October. They invite everybody to come on out and enjoy that. The Rotary wheel stands over 8 feet tall, by the way, that you just saw there. It does get your attention. It's a pretty cool thing, and that goes back a number of years, that Rotary wheel, but it stands, as I mentioned, over 8 feet tall. It's not light either, let me tell you that. As the evening wears on, it's been much cooler than it was this afternoon. And that's why these walking delegations are out there in full force taking their time, because it was a little bit rough here early in the day when the sun was absolutely just beaming down. But I want to talk about Christy Craig. She's running for circuit clerk. We've got a lot of different people that are going to be running in the August primary. Christy's one of those. And this will be her first attempt at office. And we do appreciate her and all that she does, and we wish her the very best. Up in Brian back there, and the entire contingent of the family. Of course, Craig family has been synonymous with Salem for many, many, many years, and we wish Christy and the Morton family, that's her maiden name, and we wish them the very, very best all the way through the election, and like we wish all of our officials that are trying to get office for the first time. So we wish them the very best in their showing, and hopefully if they don't succeed in winning, they come back trying again. There's nothing wrong in learning from going in, being a part of the parades and the whole thing when it comes to the election and how you have to go through it. We have the Rock and Country Clonkers offering classes in Rolla every week, and they're coming through here. As you see them, they're all dancing and having a good time. Red sequins are shining out, the black skirts, the boots, red, white, and blue boots, and Playing Only in America by Brooks and Dunn right there. Hager's Ferry Canoe Rental with a nice vehicle. That's to maybe salute them, and it's a great loss of the Maggards that we experienced this year. Just truly, truly a tough loss for that family who lose a couple of family members within a week, and we send our condolences out to them, but also their family continuing the process of moving forward. Tonight, Commissioner Darrell Skiles running for re-election. And he's out and about, shaking hands, greeting people. And here comes the Mutzes. Don Mutz and his family, and he's got a big family with Titan Paving and Drainage. And if you got a draining problem, water in your basement, water doesn't leave your area, it stays in your yard, give Don a call. Check him out, 453-6379, because drainage is not an easy thing to alleviate. He does a great job of coming in and inspecting the problem, and he gives you an assessment of how to get the problem solved. So if you have a question or two about that, get in touch with Don Mutz of Titan Paving and Drainage. Really appreciate all the efforts that they do here in our community locally, and they serve a wide area, as a matter of fact. So we wish them the very best. Another newer business in the Salem and Denton County area. We always appreciate people coming in, and Don actually is from up east, around the New Jersey area, bringing in that business all the way down here to Denton County. And sometimes you just have to ask that question, whatever got them here? Why would they ever come here? And talking with Don about it, he just said, he goes, I found a place where there's no political aspirations with every job you do, and you're able to talk to people one-on-one, and they appreciate good work. And he goes, I fell in love with the area. You hear that story more and more, and it's so true when you come to a small town or an area that might be rural but still has enough sophistication and the people really want to be a part of it, there you go. Titan Paving and Drainage. I want to thank all the different groups that are a part of the parade this year. And I didn't total them all up. It looks like about another 50 or so that are in the parade this year. We always thank them. This is the Department of Conservation. They're going to be coming through, providing a little view of some of the things that they do. And, of course, they do bobcats, skidder work. They do all kinds of different things, excavating, hauling. Department of Conservation is a full-service organization, and it's just one of the pieces of equipment they have on that John Deere 450G. And you get a chance to see they do that bulldozing work. If they have to do it, they can do a lot of different things in the Conservation Department, from dredging lakes and different things of that nature that they have to do to keep a lot of our entertainment going. And what I mean by that, fishing, and you have the rivers that people want to float. They have to constantly check the flow and different things of that nature. So they do a great job in keeping our fish populations good and keeping an eye on everything else that goes on as well. L&D Lawn Care, the Land Design Lawn Care, new member to this festivity as well. And, of course, you can call them 453-4504. That's 453-4504. And we always appreciate the newer businesses that come on through and become part of our parade. And we have a bit of a gap here. And a lot of times this happens during the summer as you get a few more of those Shriners clowns coming through. And they always have fun with the crowd. I tell you, it's we have such a great contingent of clubs and organizations in Dent County. Earlier today, and it passed up very quickly, and we didn't get really too much of a chance to talk about it at all. But we had, Sierra Rusco from the Cosmopolitan Club came through early on in the festivities. And so we always want to thank all these different groups who get those youngsters out there, become part of these clubs and organizations or different competitions to get them involved. And we really do thank all those people who have been part of these clubs for many, many, many years, who continue to work seems effortlessly to put it all together. But let me tell you, there's a lot of work that goes on to try and put a lot of these things together. So we always hope you appreciate that. And, of course, as we mentioned, Sierra Rusco, great crowd at this year's Miss Salem competition with the Cosmopolitan Club. Good to have that back. And that's what it's kind of all about, is keeping the traditions alive, but also adding to those traditions. And this year they celebrated a lot of the previous queens, or Miss Salems, I should say, not queens, but Miss Salems. And that was a lot of fun, too, and seeing a lot of them back in the competition. So always a lot of fun there. This is Independence Day at the parade in downtown Salem. And again, we do want to remind everybody, fireworks display tonight out at the Commons. If you're watching live, they'll get underway about 9:30. If you watch it a little bit later on, well, we hope that you will have an opportunity to catch that. Somebody will be able to record it for you. We will not be carrying that here on KSMO Media, but we are doing the parade for you, so that you can enjoy from the comforts of your home or wherever you might be what's going on here in downtown Salem without maybe having to be outside. It's a little bit sticky out here, but not terrible. That's the whole idea. Anyway, 4th Street Mall, Bill Parsons and the people of 4th Street Mall wish everybody a happy Independence Day. Always appreciate them coming through. And, of course, then Fulham's Legacy Appliances. And they're out on Scenic Rivers Boulevard. They've got a number of different appliances that you might need. If you're looking for Legacy Appliances, they've got them. Fulham's Legacy Appliances. Always welcome you to stop on by and check them out. And, of course, I imitate a little bit of rock and roll right there. The Church of Latter-day Saints contingent coming through. Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. And we always thank them. for being part of the parade. They're very consistent supporters of the parade. We always appreciate them coming through and adding their impetus to our parades that are coming right through town. As we mentioned, a lot of good support from the churches and all the different clubs and organizations really make these parades a community event. We hope that you learn something from some of the people around. When they get done, sit there and talk to them. If you're not familiar with what they do, it's always a great opportunity for you to learn more about these businesses or politicians, or maybe even somebody that offers a service if you're not sure what they might do for a living or how they do it. It's a great way to get educated, I will tell you. And these parades can do that. They can introduce you to a lot of these people. Many of them walk right into the middle of the crowds and hand out their cards or water or candy. Got a Tootsie Roll here myself, and also some chews. Oh, my gosh, just all kinds of good stuff. What's waiting for me, but I can't really get to that and talk at the same time. Maybe I should chew it. You never know. But anyway, nonetheless, we want to thank all those people. And, again, we have such a nice, great community where everybody really gets along and tries to work for the benefit of all. That's what being here is all about. And then these parades, the fireworks displays, the different things that go on here, whether it be the Christmas parade or the window decorating contest or things of that nature that happen. Everybody, we always appreciate everybody that does that and becomes a part of that. And that's what makes it all worthwhile. Department of Natural Resources, the Missouri State Parks, they do a great job around. Of course, we have Echo Bluff State Park, we have Montauk State Park, you have Current River State Park, all within throwing distance of Salem. And I hope you get a chance to check those out. Roger Pryor with one just going by right there, and we appreciate that. Danita Williams going for the Denton County Treasurer's position again, re-elect Danita, and we always want to, again, thank all the politicians and the candidates for their attendance in the parade. And just remember that support the one you want to serve you and get out and vote. That's the biggest thing. Get out and vote. Let your voice be heard. And that's really a big part of what it's all about. Speaking of what it's all about, Town and Country Bank, been a part of Denton County and the surrounding areas for years and years and years. They're coming through with their parade, and their nice contingent of employees walking through, spreading the wealth of candy out and about, which is always a good thing, and we always appreciate them. It's always nice to know that you can always count on the different people in Denton County, the banks, the businesses who support others to help them out with loans and different things of that nature. It's always good to see that coming through, and we always really do appreciate that as well. We got C. Sue and her custard. She's going to be out there at the Commons here, and they got a little contingent here coming through. We always appreciate her, and, of course, if you've not had that, you really need to check that out. It's some excellent custard, no doubt about it. Check that out with C. Sue and her custard, serving custard tonight at the Commons for the fireworks display. We always appreciate that. As Mitzi Johnson making her way up, the last one through the parade representing Town and Country Bank. That's not unusual for Mitzi to be visiting with people. If you can get her to stop visiting, and you can do a lot more than I can. Mitzi's been visiting with people for a number of years representing this area. Just a fantastic lady, and we really do appreciate all her efforts in the banking business that she has promoted. I've been here for a long time, 38 years, and I've known Mitzi all 38 years. And you look at that young lady, and you don't think that she can't be a day over 28 or 29. She's fantastic, and just a wonderful, wonderful positive influence. And now it's time for more politicians. The Justin Brown contingent here. Dan Brown, father, who was a state senator for years and state rep, and now Justin taking over for where father left off. And Justin's done a good job in representing us in the state senate. He's looking to be reelected, and if you have any questions, you can actually get in touch with him right now. It's a great time to get out and about. Justin Brown, representative, a Republican representative for the Missouri State Senate. So, again, more of the politicians coming through, introducing themselves to some of the newer voters maybe in town or people that they don't know. Always helps. Maybe that one vote that they get in the parade here might just be the difference. You just never know. Sinks Pharmacy has got a car in the parade, and they're coming up very, very shortly. Sinks is the parade winner sponsor this year. We always thank our friends at Sinks. They've been in town now going on 2 years, and they've done a tremendous job working down at Country Mart on Highway 3272 East. And so Sinks Pharmacy, part of this year's 2022 Independence Day Parade. We always appreciate them, and again, sponsoring this year's parade winners. There will be winners for individuals, for commercial and non-commercial. So there's always some awards to be given out for the parade. Lisa Blackwell, her contingent out and about, walking through, and Lisa, been around many years. She's experienced, and she visits a lot of people as well. There's Lisa walking through there, coming up the back of the trailer right there where the ferns are setting. Always interesting to see some of the people you've known for many, many years deciding to run for office for the first time. And the amount of work that they have put into it. I'm not sure, when they got into it, they knew it was going to be that much work. But then to see them just become engrossed in it and become so involved in it that it just now that becomes a part of their inner psyche that now they want to serve more and more, because a lot of people come to them and tell them what they see as maybe an issue that needs to be corrected, and maybe even opening their eyes to some things that they're not even aware of in the area. And sometimes that's the best part of the entire parade, is when you see people actually learning something that's just so different that they just did not understand it before. But it's great to see Lisa and the entire gang out there, and they've been a part of this community a long, long time. Dwayne and Lisa, I've known them, well, I'm going to say pretty close to that 38 years I was telling you about. So, we wish everybody, as I mentioned, all the politicians the very best in the upcoming August primary or November general election if they have no opponent in the primary and they're going to be moving forward. Coming up is a brand new van for our Dent County Health Center. They had just got this van here about a month and a half ago or so, and they're going to be using this to get around and doing different things, maybe vaccine clinics and things of that nature, and they'll use it to make people more aware, and that's going to be on-site services, and that's really something that I know the Administrator Zach Moser wanted to get across, and of course we wish them the very best. The Dent County Health Center new van, and they're very proud of that van. It's nice looking, and Roman Jones doing the driving right there. I hope you get a chance to use that. Zach Moser, the Administrator, he's just making his way up the street now. Good to see Zach on his trek back up towards the van. Nice looking van. And you're going to be seeing that van around a lot more events here, courtesy of the Dent County Health Center. So constant moving forward, trying to provide even more services here in the Dent County area. We talk about politicians. Here's Craig Smith. Craig was a deputy at one time. Now he's going to run for presiding commissioner. Good to see Craig. Craig's a good guy. Known him for many, many years. And, again, we have a lot of great people running for our offices here locally. And I know the decisions are not easy, and you just have to vote your heart for the best ones that you think are going to be most fit for our area. So we always want you to remember your vote does count, and they all appreciate your vote here as you make your way to the polls in that August primary. Remember, if you are not registered for that August primary, by the way, you can do so through Wednesday. That's it. You don't have it done by Wednesday, you're not going to be able to vote at August primary. So if you're not registered here in Dent County to vote, you must do so by Wednesday, July 6th, to vote in that August primary. So make sure you get in there to the Dent County Clerk's office and get that taken care of in the Dent County Courthouse. Really do appreciate the great work that they do down there in the courthouse. Angie and the entire staff down there at the Denton County Clerk's Office. They do an outstanding job. They'll answer any questions you might have about election, re-registering if you've been from out of town and moving into the area. So we always want to pass that on as well. Again, Walmart's truck coming through from their distribution center over in St. James. They bring it through, and we always appreciate that. Always have very, very good support here from the bigger businesses we have around, Walmart, the U.S. Foods, everything of that nature. Always very, very good. C&G Starter and Alternator, they are rebuilders, and they can do you a tremendous job. They want to help out wherever they can. So if you need their assistance, 247-8606. And they also have the Pup Stop, a brand new location for that here in town as well. That's the Pup Stop and C&G Rebuilders. Part of our parade here on Independence Day. We always love to see these newer businesses that are just getting established. We always wish them the very, very, very best. And we see more and more people coming through on the parade. Now the SMDH ambulance, part of the Salem Memorial District Hospital's representation here tonight in the parade. And then you have your friends in the Denton County Fire Protection District. Got the ladder trucks involved. Chief Brad Nash and the crew. They do a tremendous job, and we salute them and all the hard work that they do, and constantly providing great services here in the community. Greg Brad and his brother Greg, known for many, many years since Greg was playing sports, Brad more in the band, and they have continued to serve in the area in many, many different capacities, and I want to thank them for that. As I mentioned, the Denton County fire trucks coming through. Ladder truck. Dennis Floyd at the helm of that one. Dennis does a lot of work. Dennis also on the Denton County Health Center boards. A lot of people in Salem and Denton County have a lot of hats to wear. They are involved in a number of different organizations or groups, or even many times different occupations where they help out. There's a brand new Can-Am for the Sheriff's Department. They just got that in. It's the Defender, and that thing is equipped, you would not believe. It's got some pretty cool things to it. And basically they got that to do off-road searches for people who might be injured or things of that nature, where they can't get by foot or by truck or by car. Montauk Rural Fire Department with their fire truck in the parade this year. We always appreciate those people. They do a great job out there at Montauk, and if you've not been to their fire station for their breakfast for dinner, you really need to do that. I mean to tell you, that is fantastic. The Lone Pine Wagon Train, we appreciate them from the Lone Pine Ranch right here in Salem, Missouri. Again, we always love these people that we don't see very often. They come through and are sometimes part of the parade, but they offer tremendous services right here in town. If you're not familiar with the Lone Pine Ranch, Google them, find out more about them. You're going to find out it's a great place to visit, check things out, and I think you're going to be very impressed by what they can do to make you feel a little bit more country out there. So Lone Pine Ranch, we appreciate them all coming through and all the work that they do right here in Denton County. I always love to see the backcountry horsemen that come through. We have a lot of these wonderful, wonderful horses that come through our parade every single year. They always bring up the backside of the parade for obvious reasons, but it's a volunteer organization, the Backcountry Horsemen of Missouri, and this is the South Central Chapter. So this is the area that serves, or these people, the area that serves our area. Dent County and the surrounding areas there. And they do a tremendous job, and their work consists of clearing trails of fallen trees, trash removal. They reroute unsafe or eroded trails. They help rebuild and restore historical structures. They do a number of different work. They work with 5 public land agencies to plan and implement this work and develop these trails. They work with the Department of Conservation, National Park Service, Department of Natural Resources, State Parks, U.S. Army Corps Engineer. The list goes on and on. And their education efforts include even chainsaw certification, leave no trace education, fostering proper trail ethics and support, and educating youth as to trail riding as well as their horsemanship activities. It's a great group. As the South Central chapter of Backcountry Horsemen of Missouri, we're very proud to have them as part of our Salem and Dent County Parade. We always appreciate them. They have about 50 members from Rolla, Salem, and Licking. It's one of the 12 that make up the statewide organization, which consists of about 450 members. So we really do appreciate the Backcountry Horsemen of Missouri. The South Central chapter serving Salem and the Rolla area, Licking area, all in this contingent of South Central Missouri. We really appreciate the hard work that they do in trying to make it even better for people coming through after them. That's what it's all about. Make it even better. Got a few more horses that are bringing up the rear. The Salem police will be coming through and pretty well wrapping up a lot of the parade here that we see today. We always appreciate the Salem Police Department for blocking off the roads and being able to, keep things in order. They establish the boundaries of the parade. They work with the Salem Area Chamber of Commerce, the City of Salem, to make it happen, do a lot of different things to make sure that it's a fun time for all, family safe. And we need to tip our cap to Chief Joe Chase and the Salem Police Department for all the hard work that they do in making sure that the parade is safe. Now you'll see the city crews going by. They'll start removing the cones as we've come to the end of the 2022 Independence Day Parade here in Salem. We thank all of you for joining us. Again, the Commons will be the location of the fireworks display tonight. 9:30-ish is going to be about when they get started. You're going to want to get out there a little bit earlier and check out the number of different vendors that will be out there and find yourself a good location and maybe visit with some of the people out there you come to know, some of your neighbors and friends, or make some new friends, as a matter of fact. The Commons, 9:30 will be the estimated time for the fireworks to be discharged, and so we hope you get a chance to get out there and enjoy that. For the KSMO Media crew, my name is Stan Stevens, thanking you for joining us for the Independence Day Parade right here in Salem. We hope you've enjoyed it. We hope you go back, maybe watch it again, maybe see something coming through that we didn't have a chance to talk too much about, maybe grabs your attention. Give them a call. You see these businesses that are coming through, becoming part of your community, maybe for the first time in the parade. Well, we thank all of them for being part of our parade. We thank everybody for watching with us tonight, and we hope you have a great rest of your Independence Day. Have yourselves a good evening, good night from 4th Street, downtown Salem.